Hello friends, welcome back to the Python programming session. Till now we had covered concatenation and repetition in strings, slicing and indexing in strings, escape sequences in strings, and string alignment and formatting in strings. And in the previous session too, we had looked into some of the inbuilt functions in strings. So now let's look into some more functions, that is inbuilt functions available in strings. So the first one is title. Is title. Suppose I have my string st1 equal to I like coding. So what does this is title function, built-in function do? This built-in function checks if if the first letter of each word, that is I like coding, the first letter, that is I, L, C, are capitals. So it checks whether it is in the title format. If it is in the title format, it returns a true, else it returns the boolean value, that is false. So now if I say y equal to st1 dot is title, and now if I print my y, it returns the boolean value false because L and C are not in capitals. So it returns the boolean value false, telling that it's not in the title format. Now if I make my L and C in capitals, I like coding. In this case, the boolean value which the function is title returns is equal to true. So it checks if it is in the title format. If it's in the title format, it will return true, else it will return the boolean value false. Now let's see what does title function do in Python. So let me have my L and C in small letters. So now if I say y equal to st1 dot title, is title checks if it is a boolean, if the string is in title format or not, and it returns true or false. And now what does just title function do? It converts the whole string into the title format. Now if I say print y, so y will be having I like coding. So the every word, the starting letter is converted into capital. For like, L is converted into capital. For coding, C is converted into capital. So this function converts the string into title format. So now let's look into the third function, that is upper. So what does is upper do? Is upper. Is upper checks if all the characters in the string is in uppercase. It will return true if all the characters are in uppercase, else it returns a boolean value, that is false. So suppose my st1 is equal to Python. st1 is equal to Python. Now if I say y equal to st1 dot is upper, it checks whether it is upper. Is upper, then print y. So in this case, it prints the boolean value true since each character in the string is in uppercase. So it will just pass the boolean value true in this particular case. Now what does just upper do? For just upper, let me have some small lowercase letters, say Python. Now my st1 dot upper, it's not is upper, now it is just upper built-in function, print y. So now it prints the value in uppercase. So the value of y will now be equal to Python everything in capitals. So this is how upper is upper and upper works in Python. Now let's look into the replace function in Python. Replace function in Python. The syntax is replace function. Within that we have to pass the search string. We have to pass the search string, and then we have to pass the replace string, and count is optional, and the count value, it is not a mandatory field, it's an optional field. So now if my st1 is equal to I like Java. So my st1 is having the value I like Java. Now if I want to replace Java with Python, I have to give the search string as Java, replace string as Python. And since optional, count is optional, it will replace all the occurrences of Java to Python. So if the string has 3 to 4 occurrences of Java, in all the places Java is replaced with Python. And if we specify a count value, say 1 or 2, if we specify 2, in the first 2 places, Java will be replaced with Python. In the first 2 places, it will be replaced with Python. If we don't specify the count, in all the places, it will be replaced with Python. So now if I have my y equal to st1 dot replace, and my search string is Java, replacing string is Python, and I don't give any count since it is optional over here. Optional value, I am not specifying it. So my y will be having the value I like Python. So Java has been replaced with Python. So this is how the replace function works in Python. Now let's move on to lstrip, rstrip and strip. Suppose I am having my st1 equal to spaces Python, again spaces and then Python. So now if I say y equal to st1 dot lstrip, the syntax is whatever character you pass, that will be stripped from the main string. If you don't pass any character, space will be considered as the default character. So since I am not specifying anything, space will be considered as the default character. And now if I say my x equal to st1 dot rstrip and my z is equal to st1 dot strip, just strip. So let's see how lstrip, rstrip and just strip work. Lstrip, it will remove the leading spaces from the string. So when I print y, x, y and z, y will be having the value, the leading spaces, that is first few spaces will be removed and the string Python and the remaining spaces will be present. Y will be having that value. What will be the value of x? X equal to rstrip. The trailing spaces will be removed. So it will have the initial spaces and then Python. So initial spaces and then Python. And what does just strip do? It removes both the leading and trailing spaces. So Z will be equal to Python. So lstrip, the leading spaces will be removed. Rstrip, the trailing spaces will be removed, and just strip both the leading and trailing spaces will be removed. This is how Y, X and Z gets printed on the console. Now let's go into the split built-in function. So split, you have to specify the separator for this, and if you don't specify any separator, okay, you have to specify the separator for split built-in function. Separator, comma, maximum split is optional. Max split is optional field. Now, if I say my st1 is a string which is having I hash like hash mangoes. I like mangoes is present in st1. So, I give y equal to st1 dot split, and I specify the separator as hash, and then I don't specify any maximum split since it is optional. So it will return in the list format. It will return in the list format, and it will separate each of these items, whichever is having a hash. It will differentiate between with a comma. So I, comma, like, it will be treated as three different words, and it will pass a format in the list format. So square brackets. So y will be equal to, wherever hash is there, it will split. So I got splitted and hash was there, so it got splitted into one word, and then like is there before the second hash, so it's got splitted, and after this whatever is there will be considered as the other item. So it will pass the details in the list format. This is, and if we say maximum split, if we specify the maximum split, suppose if I specify my maximum split equal to 1, then it will split only at the first occur, it will split only for one time, and the rest of the string would be in the second item, that is like hash mangoes. So only once the word will be splitted, I will be splitted, comma, at the second occurrence it will not split because we are given max split as 1. So it will split only once in this particular case. So this is how the split built-in function works in Python. And if we, in the separator, if we don't pass any value like hash or anything, then space will be considered as the splitting parameter. That is, the space will be considered by for default. If we specify any separator, this will be considered as the separator. Now we'll go into swap case. Suppose I'm having my st1 equal to Python, where P is capitals and the rest of the letters are in small. Now if I say y equal to st1 dot swap case. So now what happens is, it will swap the cases. So y will now be equal to small p, capital Y, capital T, capital H, capital O and capital N. So it will swap the case. Smaller will become upper, will become smaller, smaller will become upper. So this is how swap case works in Python. So friends, hope so it is clear for you. If you have any doubts, please do reach to me in the comment section. If you like my video, click on the like button and please do subscribe to get notifications of my new videos. Till then, see you. Bye bye.